You must have studied about plane mirror and its characteristics in your previous classes, but in this video we will study types of spherical mirrors. It can be curved inwards or outwards. Generally there are two types of spherical mirrors: concave, whose reflecting surface is curved inwards, and convex, whose reflecting surface is curved outwards. Okay. So when we talk about spherical mirrors, there are certain terms we need to study. Center point of this mirror is called pole. Now how these mirrors are actually formed? They are cut part of a hollow glass sphere. So if I am going to cut one part from here and polish from the right hand side, it will become convex mirror. If I cut it from this side and polish it from the outer surface, it will become concave mirror. Now hollow sphere has a center, right? So when we talk about mirrors, these centers are called center of curvature. Center of curvature is nothing but the center of the sphere of one's mirror was a part. Okay, so I can depict it by capital C. Now if I pass a straight line through these 2 points, center of curvature and pole of the mirror, this line is called principal axis. Now you need to remember one thing, that when we talk about concave mirror, center of curvature lies in front of the reflecting surface, whereas in convex mirror it lies in front of the polished surface, just because of their curvature. The distance PC is called radius of curvature and can be depicted by the letter R. Now if the line comes parallel to the principal axis, for concave mirror it should pass through a particular point which is called focus. So we have depicted it by the capital letter F, and this distance PF is called focal length, can be depicted by small letter f. But when we talk about convex mirror, then all the light rays which are coming parallel to the principal axis, they will diverge, they will go in other direction, and all these light rays, they appear to come from a point which is called as, again, principal focus. So again the length PF is depicted by small letter f, focal length. There is a relationship between radius of curvature and focal length, which is R is equal to twice of focal length. Now we can study the formation of images by spherical mirrors by drawing ray diagrams. So we can consider extended object of finite size placed in front of a spherical mirror, be it concave or convex mirror. Each portion of the extended object acts like a point source. An infinite number of rays can originate from these points. Now let us learn a few rules which will help you to make the ray diagrams. A ray parallel to the principal axis after reflection will pass through the principal focus in case of concave mirror, or appear to diverge from principal focus in case of convex mirror. Second, the ray passing through principal focus of a concave mirror, or a ray which is directed towards the principal focus of the convex mirror after reflection will emerge parallel to the principal axis. Now the angles I have shown here are the angle of incidence and angle of reflection, which should be equal as per the laws of reflection. Now third rule is, a ray passing through the center of curvature of a concave mirror or directed in the direction of the center of curvature of a convex mirror after reflection is reflected back along the same path. Okay. If the light rays are falling obliquely, that is at some angle, either on concave mirror or convex mirror, it should reflect back with the same angle, verifying the law of reflection. Now let us see the image formation by concave mirrors. So first case, which we have repeated several times by now, the rays which are parallel to the principal axis should pass through focus after reflection from the concave mirror. If the object is between the center of curvature and infinity, that is beyond the center of curvature, then the image which is formed will be between center of curvature and focus, and it should be real and inverted. Okay, so it seems very easy, but it takes a lot of effort to make ray diagram. So I am going to give you one demo that how to make a proper ray diagram. if the object is mentioned by AB, we can always mention image by A prime, B prime. Now I'm going to give you one demonstration for the image formation if the object is kept at center of curvature. So I will recommend you to not to make the object first of all. First make the rays, intersect them, and then you make the object and image. Now ray which is parallel to the principal axis, incident ray, should pass through focus. You see, I have not mentioned the point of focus here because I want to mention the points later on. Another ray we are going to make in such a way that the ray is going to the mirror through this point focus and it reflects, and at the point of intersection of two reflected ray the image will be formed. So here I got the image as well as the object at the same point. So when we talk about center of curvature, the image will be formed at the center of curvature. I hope now you understood that how to make your ray diagrams easy. First you make the rays and you have to know that the image will be formed at the center of the curvature only. What is the position of the image? And you try to form the ray diagram first and then you mention the other points. When the object is between focus and center of curvature, don't take the height of the object very large, because otherwise if you try to make another ray which should pass through the center of curvature as well as your object, either it will go beyond the aperture of the mirror or it will not pass through the center of curvature. So take the size of the object small and don't mention center of curvature first. You make the ray diagram. Light rays which are passing through the center of curvature should reflect back. So after making the rays, I can mention my center of curvature here. Otherwise, if you make center of curvature here or somewhere else, it may not pass through the point, or if you try to pass through the point, it will go somewhere else. So it's better to make ray first. Now, wherever two reflecting rays intersect, our image will be formed, which is far larger than the object. So if the object is at the focus, then the image should be formed at the infinity. So if I want my image to form at infinity, the rays should be parallel to each other. The ray which is parallel to the principal axis passing through the focus. Again, I have not mentioned the center of curvature here, because before, if you mention center of curvature, the ray may or may not pass through it, and again you will rub and make the diagram again. So I'm just going to make the ray first, the rays which are going through the center of curvature and reflects back, pass again through the center of curvature. So after making the ray, I'm going to mention my point C. This is how you're going to form the ray diagrams. So here I've considered a ray which is coming to the pole at some angle, should reflect back at the same angle in the opposite direction. I can consider the ray parallel to the principal axis also. Then also the image will be formed. But in this case I have made this ray because making ray diagram is easier in this case. So another ray, of course, I'm going to pass through center of curvature. Again, I have not mentioned C before. So I'm going to make image first, ray of first. So if I extend the ray on this side, at the point of intersection of two reflected rays, we are going to form an image. But in this case, the image is virtual and erect, because erect image is always virtual. So now I'm going to mention my point C. In case of concave mirror, we have 6 different cases. When it comes to convex mirror, there are only 2 cases, but in both the cases, the image formed will be virtual and erect. So if the light rays are coming from infinity parallel to the principal axis, should appears to reflect from the focus. Okay, this diagram we have studied before also. Another case is if the object is somewhere between the infinity and pole. This distance can be any known distance. So we are going to take two light rays, one which is parallel to the principal axis and another ray which appears to go in the line so that it can intersect the center of curvature. But in this case again the rays are going in away from each other. So we are going to make the extended rays on the other side of the mirror, and the image formed will be virtual because we are extended the rays. The rays are not actually meeting at a point. Worst case, the image will be highly diminished, point size, very small. In this case also, the image will be small enough as compared to the object. You understood how to make the ray diagrams. Practice making ray diagrams on your own. Initially, you may make diagrams several times, rubbing and making it again. So if you try to make the diagrams, try to make it with pencil so that you get an idea how to make it properly.